might be a little bit hasty on my part, but I think it's time to put some actual siding on the building. If anyone's kind of having an aneurysm about this line right here, kind of wondering how the building and the container are going to seal on the outside, I kind of went back and forth on that like about 6 million times, mainly in the middle of the night. And I basically decided, here's where I'm at right now, to do an overlap. I got like 1 inch of overlap on the siding, and that's going to be flappable. I'm going to go butyl under there or goop, one of the other two. But that's just going to get a seal, and I think that's going to be good. I might do butyl underneath and then something on top if I really get paranoid. And with just one piece of little minuscule siding up here, I got to tell you about one of my regrets. I was paying my business insurance the other day, and I went to the building, and they have a steel building, and it's actually got a rib pattern a lot like this container. Not exactly the same depth, but that kind of flat rib pattern. I just didn't realize that I could get a siding that would match the containers a little bit better. So this is like the traditional stuff, you know, you've seen this pattern before on like metal roofing and sheds and stuff. So I'm not gonna kick myself about it, but next time I'm going with something a little more angular, a little more industrial or whatever. So after yakking on about my seal down at that end being all overlapped and cool, this one's totally different. I placed the studs in a little bit on this guy, so overlapping just wouldn't make sense. Instead, I'm just gonna either goop or goop. I got nothing against a little bit of goop. And Yule windows are a little bit funky. These are the ones I found at the side of the road like a while back. No flange on these guys, so they don't have like, you don't slide them in from the outside, nail them around the outside. Instead, I'm gonna have to fabricate something kind of flangey, but I think they'll work out. All right, so basically I got the windows slid in, and there's like a piece of flashing all the way around. You probably can't see that, but it's kind of giving the window something to bump up against. This dude's got to go on the outside. And then these guys at Sashco, I don't know if you've used their goop before, but they sent me this stuff. It's like specific for windows, and that was kind of cool. They sent me like a sample pack. So even if it completely destroys their reputation to have me use this stuff, I'm gonna go for it on this window. I just had like a spontaneous combustive realization that this might be better to do down on the ground, so I'm gonna goop it down here. Just a big old bead of goop. And I typically don't do the bottom of a window like all that much, just hoping the water kind of goes out down there, but I'll do a little bit, at least on the corner. Our window, going back up. See if I can get it in there without smearing it everywhere. There we go. Get a little evenness. Alright, so basically that window is up against that flashing on the other side. Then there'll be layers of siding and stuff. Window 2 going up and getting glued in. I mean, not glued in, but you know, kind of caulked in place. These screws will, I'm thinking, hold these in place pretty well. At least for a while. I've still got to insulate, obviously, around the cracks, like chink it and then trim these up. But in the meantime, oh, that has got to be the dirtiest, nastiest secondhand window. First of January, 60 degrees, windy. Wind kind of sucks for putting up siding and roofing and stuff, but it's warm, so I'm just gonna go for it. But before I show you the siding, we gotta just take a look at what's going on here. Melissa has taken over the barn for fleece sorting. We've got like a 0.0000% chance of this first piece actually fitting on like the first put up. Hey Liz, are you standing right there? Can I get a hand? Can I get a hand for a second? Yeah. I'm just in a weird spot. Just take a second. We just gotta move this siding like that way, 2 inches or 3 inches, and then hold it up. So just kind of slide it over a couple inches, and just kind of like put some pressure on it so it doesn't like fall over. All right, so let's try. I didn't expect to ask her for help on that one. Thank you. Okay, it just needs like a million more screws. It's just one piece of siding up, but I want to look at it from the inside. This is last year's fleece going down on the table. All right, that's piece number 1. You're probably asking yourself, what are you gonna do with that little triangle? The triangle's kind of like a work in progress. We've been kind of like using the barn, even though it's not totally built. You know, it's got a roof on it, and that's like good enough for us. Window hole has been chopped into this guy. There's like no chance I'm gonna get this up alone, but I'm gonna try it before I holler out to Melissa. Yeah, that just, it wasn't gonna work. The thing about the trim is it's gotta kind of slide up in there and stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna send her a text. We'll see what she says. All right, sent her a text, SOS, siding help. The tricky thing with this stuff is that I've got like J-channel around the window and a piece of trim on top, so it's gotta kind of slide under and go on top. Oh, she said she's coming out. The lower right up in to the upper left, you know? Yeah. So I'm kind of in a run of the easier sheets. No windows or anything to cut out. They're just getting my pitch. Pitch on these dudes is just the straight up 512. These are 3 feet from the edge to the lip right there. So it's just 15 inches. So super simple line chop. This is the ladder assist method. This sheet, it's just gonna kind of sit there, assuming it's straight. It looks kind of straight. And I just gotta mark it so I can cut out the window. All right, got the window cut out. There's like this little dinky-doo up on top just to fit the, that's just to fit like this little drip edge on top. Anyway, I texted Melissa. She's coming out to give me a little hand. This one takes like a shove in there, and I'm definitely gonna need some help. What? Making some progress. Yeah. Alright, so the same thing with this guy. It's just gotta go.
That looks good.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking one more to get the more. It's like Adobe. It's like better. Already set. Almost. Can't go up a little more? Oh, there it is.
We're good.
This dude just needs to slot in there. Then I'm thinking one more sheet. I'm thinking a skinny guy, a little bit of overlap. I was talking to the camera, I said, look. That was the last big sheet going on the back. It kind of overlaps the container, just like on the other side. All right, last piece for this side. Going in. That's dirty. Okay, totally cut that wrong. All right, let's try that again. Last piece, this side, going in. All right, that is the 98% mark on this side of the building. With Melissa's help, all the big pieces are up. I've still got a little bit of that riveting stuff to do up top. Soffit to install. Got to put the butyl tape under that side. There's a little nippity tip that needs to happen. But I'm calling it a wrap on this video. You might have noticed just a small detail, which is at the other side of the building. Yeah, it still needs doors, siding, all kinds of stuff. So there will be more opportunities for slicing the hands with the sheet metal. But in the meantime, let me just point out the obvious, which is that this right here is not necessarily like a how-to video. There are some mighty fine how-to videos on YouTube. Beneficial step-by-step instructions how to do stuff. This one right here is just a story of how I did it with Melissa's help. I appreciate you checking it out.